Hello, everyone. So, again, it is Keely, and for today's video, this is the second part um, of the city feel build. So, in the first video, if you didn't already see that, that is where I built the exterior of the home you can see here. The I changed it from the more modern and kind of boxy and some of those items from City Living when that first came out. I started doing this build and I kind of gave up on it. And so I popped back in and I'd already done some of the city details, like the little plaques and the little area where you could play your guitar and try to make some money, and your easels and your food stalls. I had already kind of built some of that and I'd done that modern exterior, and then I kind of left it, like I said, forgot about it, came back to it. So in that first part, I went from that to creating more of a brownstone exterior, as you can see a little bit ago. And in this video, as you can see, I've already started, I decided to decorate the inside of the second and third floors of both buildings. So technically this is one residential lot. So one residential lot, but the idea is that you could have a family live in one of them. Maybe the teen ages up, she quote unquote moves away, and then she lives in the second building, or he, or maybe, grandma ages up and she can live in the opposite building. That was the idea or thought process when I built this. I decided to go with the brownstone idea, kind of inspired from New York, although I've never really seen a lot of brownstone buildings in New York, and I am familiar that they are a condo more type of building and they are continuous with each other. However, to keep the alleyway up that I had built from way before, I decided to split them to give better access to the back of the quote unquote city. So that was the idea here. We are going in and doing some kitchen designing. So since this is a small space, I decided to go with some countertops and cabinets. I wanted to do like a mixed color design with a nice little rug that matched, a very small table, and really all that's left there's space for, as you can see, is the bathroom I've already furnished, and then the living room, which will be furnished pretty soon. So I did hardwood that I kept consistent throughout both floors of the apartment. I wanted to include a fireplace, but for this one I decided not to because I didn't want to cover up the window and I didn't really like how that looked, with the sense that this was hopefully going to have multiple bedrooms to top. I wanted a little bit more space for my living room. So I decided against that. Looked around for a little while to try to make it work, and I decided against it. So here I am trying to find more swatches to match, and rugs, of course. Gotta find the rugs. Maybe I did end up keeping this. I built this a while ago. So, on another note, hopefully you're having a great day. I'm having a good day. Honestly, it's like 11 o'clock at night that I'm now recording this, but today's joke of the day is, where do hamsters go on vacation? So think about it. Your hint is that this is a city themed build. Where do hamsters go on vacation? We'll come back to that in like 10 minutes or so. So that's your joke to think about. Try to play around. I wanted to do some kind of like purple. I don't always use purple in my builds, at least not like a bright purple. I kind of fall into like the color scheme of like the light sage green, or like the light green, the light blue, white trim, or like dark wood trim. So I tried to switch it up for this one. Always something exciting and trying something new. But yeah, so here I go, trying to fiddle around with which light I wanted. That's actually one of the new lights from the high school years pack, the little chandelier. And here I go looking for some more purple themed items, see what I could get to match. The time that I was building this was also when I just got the pastel pop kit, so you'll see that pop up in about 10 minutes or less of me trying to include more items from that pack into this, because I feel like whenever there's a new pack that comes out, I'm like super hyper focused on that, and I'm like, oh wow, this would look really good together, like this would look really good together, and then I'm kind of like pulling everything together, and I'm really trying to make it, you know, cohesively work. And so I'm really excited to use the new items. As you can see, I'm using quite a few items from high school, the high school years pack, which is the most recent like expansion pack that came out, I believe, at least the most recent one that I have at this point of filming. So here I am looking for some clutter, had to use the tiny living stuff to make it work since this is kind of a small living space. Since if you watch the first video, the bottom floor for both of the apartments is just like the mail room, like a bathroom, and just like a lounge, kind of like the first floor of like a fancy apartment building. Just kind of an area to just hang out, the stairs, to go up, get your mail, and then this is your apartment. I've been using this chair a lot. If I end up using the chair, good. I used a different chair. The chair I've been using a lot was the first one that I pulled up there, the rolly chair with the metal backing from high school years. I've been really using that one a lot. So in this apartment, the one on the left, there are 3 bedrooms. So I did like a toddler room, which I'm putting the door into pretty quickly. And then I ended up doing like a children's room and then like a master bedroom. So this was supposed to be like a functional kind of family apartment, although it is pretty small. Tried to keep things consistent and to go too crazy with the lights up here. I remember having to like size down these lights. I thought it was so funny that after a while they finally just put in a sized down version of the subtle saucer light. Because I remember looking for things on the gallery and watching like really famous Sims YouTubers, sizing them down and finding sized down subtle saucer lights in the game. I don't remember when that became a thing officially through the game. I can't remember, but that made me think of that. So here we go, finishing the toddler room, making sure we have all of the toddler essentials. The theme for this ended up being kind of like an orangey feel for most of the upstairs. As you can see, I put the orange, well, you can't see it right now because the little guide thing's in the way. Now you can see it, the little orange toy chest at the top of the stairs. So most of the things on this floor are themed orange. So I used that like kind of antique mirror and kept the flooring the same. I know I'm gonna have to add an orange rug at some point. The real question is, which rug did I use? Because I cannot remember. There it is. The cat swatch for that. Oh, so cute. Adorable. There's one of the houses that I'm using. It's just one of the ones that comes with high school years. It's one of the ones in Copperdale. Anyways, I kind of just used the house, took out all the stuff that came with it, and redecorated it myself in a general sense, keeping some of the rooms the same that I thought were fine. And I used that cat rug in the master bedroom in that one. Can never have too many cat themed things when you like cats. So here we go. I put in a bunk bed. Well, I took it out and then I put it back in because I thought that would be the most functional way to gain more living space and more beds in this house, considering that the bedroom's pretty small. So, the only other thing I'd really be able to put in there would be like what, a desk, maybe like an activity table or something like that. Speaking of activity tables, there's so many activity tables, and you really can only do the same thing on all of them. And it's like, where are the like more activities, not just an activity table for like kids to do? Like, I want to see some different skill building opportunities for kids. So we'll see if that changes. So here I am. I told you I was super obsessed with this pack. Here I go with the both of these pieces, not that chair, but both of the other pieces by the window from the Pastel Pop kit. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the kits in general, which is kind of ironic considering I just told you I bought that kit. But I really liked the items and I could see myself using all the items. Here's the next minute where I tried to figure out why that one panel is so bright. I eventually ended up giving up after like 5 minutes of trying to figure out why. I just decided to say it is what it is, and moved on with my life because sometimes that's all you can do. And this is nothing related to school, so it really wasn't worth my time trying to figure out why that one panel just didn't want to sit right. So, anyways, where was I going with that? Um, oh right, the kits. Honestly, $5 is kind of a lot of money to just get a certain, amount of items, like a very niche amount of items and a very small amount of items. So, like, I would personally never buy a kit of like clothing or anything like that. But I really did like the pieces from this, and I think I found out that Plumbella made the pieces for this kit. Anyways, I really did like them, and I told myself, no, I'm not gonna get it. And then I kind of ruminated on it, and then I was like, no, I still kind of want to get it. So that's how I decided that. Like, I don't have all the packs in the game. I have several of them, but I only pick ones that I really like. I don't like, I'm not really into vampires, come at me for that. That's not the type of occult sim I'd rather have. So I didn't buy that pack. It just really wasn't worth the money for me. Instead of having all the packs, it's better just to buy the ones that you personally feel you would use the most. So, although that's probably nothing new for someone starting out with The Sims, there's so much DLC. It's kind of overwhelming. Like recently, I just bought City Skylines because I really enjoyed playing SimCity as a kid, and I had heard that there was some chatter that City Skylines was way better than SimCity, and I never really had the time with college, nor the yeah, honestly, just the time. Hadn't had the time, and I hadn't downloaded Steam to actually get to experience City Skylines. So I actually went and downloaded that recently, and I've been playing that so much. Definitely a learning curve though, because when I would play, SimCity, all you gotta do is connect the roads. Like you just gotta connect the roads together, and that's like your power, your sewer, and your water, as long as you provide the appropriate utilities for that. Like you have an actual sewage treatment plant, you actually have like a water tower or whatever. Um, but for that, I did not realize that the power lines were giving me such troubles. I didn't realize that I had to individually pull the power lines over until enough buildings in the area had electricity, and then I didn't need the power lines because I like to build a bunch of stuff starting out before I hit play, and that doesn't work. So I had to change my play style, and that was very frustrating at the beginning. But now we're smooth sailing. Well, for the most part. I've had so much fun. I got only like 3 packs. Everything was on sale on Steam. So I was able to get the base game and like 3 other packs after watching like a 30-minute video of some City Skyline YouTuber talking about which packs they thought were the most bang for your buck. So I purchased those, and honestly, that was a pretty good video because I ended up getting Park Life. I think it's called Park Life at least. The one where what's it called? After Dark, and the campus one since I'm in college, so I couldn't help myself. I had to do a college campus. And so I got those two, and I've had a really good time. I made a track team, and they've been living it up. To be honest, I made like a national park, and I made an amusement park. I might make a zoo tomorrow. But anyways, it's been a lot of fun. So still learning some of the quirks of that game, but it's been a good time. Definitely worth the 27 bucks I spent for 3 expansion packs and the base game. Um, but yeah, that was something that um, I didn't have the know-how to select which packs that I wanted. Like in The Sims, I can just watch, a trailer video and be like, okay, yeah, no, I don't want that pack, or oh, I want that pack based on what I think the in-game, uses will be of the item. But I didn't have that knowledge, so I had to go out and find it. Um, but yeah, anyways, so here I am using all the things I can from the Pastel Pop kit. I've kind of narrowed it down to all the items from this kit, and I tried to do different color schemes from the kit around the room to utilize all of it. So this was my idea is like this could be like grandma moved out, or like your teen sim moved out, like your young adult sim moved out, quote unquote, but you still want to keep eyes and tabs on them. Maybe they go to college, maybe they're a commuter student. This could be their pad, like this is their quote unquote apartment, but they still live, down the street from mom and dad. Um, so that was my thoughts with this, and I really had a great time making this. As you saw on the previous floor, I really like the color mint, so I kind of went a little bit much with that and did a bunch of the stuff on the second floor with like the mint color in the kitchen. I'm a sucker for that, to be honest. Uh, but yeah, so here we go. I was going to try to do everything this yellow color, and then I realized that that wasn't really going to work, so I kind of abandoned that, as you can see, and I did like the orange theme over by the windows, and one of them is clipping and not working like a window. Um, but yeah, so I went in and then I put in some other clutter items, try to figure out what else would like fit on the shelves. I feel like it's always a balancing act to try to figure out what actually fits on the shelves. Like what really fits. Do I know? No. I don't, not for the specialized small little teeny shelves. The first time at the time of me actually posting this video, I probably will already have up the, Freezer Bunny Thrifty video, but when I first got the Pastel Pot kit and I was using that, desk, which you can't see right now, there it is, the orange one, I thought that little ripply, little swirly whirly thing at the top, the little wiggly little wiggle thingy, I thought that was another part of the shelf, embarrassing as it is. I thought it was another layer of the shelf, and I was like, why won't anything sit on it? I was like looking through all the clutter. I was like, I'm gonna find something. No, you're not. It's not a thing. It was just the top of the shelf. So I learned that, although I did search for longer than I should have for something to try to fix that. Well, not fix it, but put something there. So here I am adding some more rugs and, pastel popping the little building up. As I give you the final views and fix some outer things, the answer to the joke, so where do hamsters go on vacation? They go to Hamsterdam. Amsterdam's a really nice place. Went there one time, didn't really get to see too much other than the airport, but talk about a cool trip. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed today's video. You can find this on the gallery by looking up City Feel or by finding me, Keely Cat 4, on the gallery. And this is where you can find this build. Hopefully you enjoyed and hope to see you back for another video. Bye!